look at that. What is this? Oh, it's like a research thing on my backpack. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Astroneer Episode 4, where, oh my goodness, our research is done. We've got empty research stations. That's not good. Let's get this guy started, because I know this is a good 8 minutes, even at full power. And while we have daylight, let's go down here and try to grab another one really fast, just so we can have both research stations working without there being any sort of break. Now, I know that there's usually good resource underneath, yeah, here's some. These plants that pop and leave poison gas, they usually have good research. Look at that, another one of these. Ooh. It's a little tough working without a work light. We might spend some of our bytes on that. I'm not sure. Now, something else I've been considering is I want to do the vehicle bay, but the debate is whether or not to do the vehicle bay before the medium wind turbine. And part of my reason that I normally rush the medium wind turbine right after the solar panels. But I've been paying attention. Hold on, let me get this started. I've been paying attention to this turbine, and it's not been spinning much. And in fact, you can move it as a test even before you click and place it, and if it's spinning, then you're getting wind there. But I've not found a place where this thing spins consistently, so I'm inclined to say we're sort of at a bad spot for wind. We're not going to get much wind here, and that being the case, why would we spend 3,200 bytes on a medium wind turbine when we're not in a good location for it? So again, using the... Here, let's go down to the bottom, see if we can find some good research. Using the research system as it is to basically customize your play style. You can pick and choose, say, well, I don't need the medium wind turbine just yet. All right, there we've... Oh, no, I want to take the dynamite. What we're looking for, though, is a poor fellow Astroneer. Titanium, copper, dynamite... Oops, wrong button. I keep thinking escape closes that. Okay, well, that's... And look at that. What is this? Oh, it's like a research thing on my backpack. That's broken. Okay, I don't think I've seen one of those before. But we have an oxygen tank now. And a battery, which the battery's not as important at this stage of the game. But it's still lithium saved, and what we can do... Oh my goodness, we got an oxygen tank though. That is a big deal. And of course we got another blip of titanium, so we could make another oxygen tank with our mineral extractor. Let's put the titanium here so we can save it and hold on to it. Oof, there goes our power. Put this oxygen tank up here. The copper... I think what we'll do... Let's see, we have 1,000 bytes. Yeah, you know what? Let's make the work light for 200. And I'm pretty sure that's copper. Right, so we'll put the copper there. We'll get ourselves a work light. That'll help while we're down in the caves. Yeah, look at that. Nice and illuminated now. Great, because sometimes your flashlight just isn't enough. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of organic here to at least keep some research going during the day. Now, again, the wind turbine's not spinning, which means even if we make a medium wind turbine, we're probably not going to get much love from the wind. The battery, I think we're just going to place here. It's not important for us to have on us. And then, of course, well, we got 2 packs of dynamite. Dynamite can be a lot of fun to play around with. It's sort of gee whiz at the moment. I haven't found any really good use for it because it destroys anything that you might be trying to get. It just obliterates it. See, I kind of want this to be my vehicle bay, but I'm worried this is a little close. I might have to do the vehicle bay out this direction. Probably. Alright, let's go back down into the caves. We're going to need more research, but really what I would like is a second oxygen tank. I generally like to run around with 2 oxygen tanks, and that's also why I try to get down to this second level. So this second bit of cave system that's down here that's really deep has a lot of these little nitnoid gee-whiz things that you can find. Here, let's get some laterite. And those things that you can find down here, like satellites, satellite research, which is some of the best research in the game, but also oxygen tanks and batteries are fairly common to find on the bodies of poor, ill-fated Astroneers. And those are pretty valuable in the early game. Now you could research batteries and oxygen tanks and make them yourself, but they require lithium and titanium. And even though we just found one titanium on a body, titanium is actually quite rare, especially on the Terran planet. You won't find it naturally except on other Astroneers or wreckage sites, and the same with lithium. But once you have one, as with anything else with the mineral extractor, once you have one, you can make more. However, lithium and titanium require that you have 4 full containers. Oop, that one just got spit out. Nowhere to go. They require that you have 4 full containers of... Or, I'm sorry, 8, not 4. 4 would be easy. The line for... Here, we'll show it real quick. Lithium, you can see the line goes all the way up to the top for 1. Same with titanium. Coal, you get 2 for a full tank versus 4 for malachite and laterite. And then this, it takes 8 canisters of soil to fill this up all the way. So as you can see, when you're talking about resin, 4 tanks is enough to give you 8, but not enough to give you a single lithium or titanium. And even then, you have to find your first one to make more. So it can be a tedious process. Now you can use... Here, let's give this energy to the research. It's going to be used up super fast. You can make yourself some mods to speed up the mineral extraction, but I find that to be sort of grindy, and I don't necessarily like grindy with this game. That's my personal play style, because you can play this game just about any way that you want. If you wanted to go and mod out your terrain gatherer and rush certain resources, as soon as you found one, I could make a bunch of titanium and have all the oxygen tanks I could ever want. But I don't really want to do that. What I would like to do instead is hopefully maybe find a second unfortunate Astroneer here somewhere. Yep, like this poor soul here that's going to have... I was hoping for lithium. So that I always hit escape to close that backpack out. Oh, and a satellite. These can have really neat stuff in them besides dynamite. I don't know. It looks... Normally, if there's stuff that's going to be good here, it's going to be laying around it. But we'll dig it out. We'll see. No. No, nothing good to speak of there. But we did get a second body, so we got a second oxygen tank. We did not get a piece of lithium, which is sort of what I was hoping for. But having 2 oxygen tanks really opens up where we can go, and further illustrates why I don't like to use tethers, because really what I try to do is just get down to this second level and get some oxygen tanks and batteries as soon as possible. We don't really need the batteries yet, but they will come, these small batteries will come in handy later on. So we're going to go ahead and hold them. For now, they're just small little bits of storage for... Here, we'll put this here. Small bits of storage for our solar panels. They don't really add a whole lot, though. It's pretty negligible. And 4 dynamite, my goodness. 5 dynamite. I don't even know what the practical application for dynamite is. It's one of those things that it's fun to play around with, and we'll play around with it a bit as time goes on, when we get a little bit out of this crunch for research that we're in. But because it destroys any of the items that are in the area when you use it, it seems like it's really not useful for collecting any type of ore at all, because it just blows everything up, and then you can't do anything with it. Alright, what I would really like to do is find a killer piece of satellite research, so let's go back down to the bottom. And even though we don't have a vehicle yet, we're getting there. It's 1,000 for the vehicle bay, 2,400 for the rover, and we never found we never found a single person seat, which you can sometimes get on the surface. Here, let's pop these and just take a peek if there's any kind of research. There is. That's good. Find this research a lot underneath these popper plants that explode. Could go that way. Remember to stay away from the spiker plants. These plants will tear you up with a series of spikes. What do we have here? Oh, it's a thruster. Those can be kind of fun. You know what, we'll just leave that there for now. The thrusters are a little, I hate to say it, but gimmicky. They don't really provide a lot of value. You can really only attach them to the large rover, and then, you know, it boosts it like a rocket, but I don't know. I never really... Oh, here we go. Lithium. The dynamite is going to be left behind. No, the power crystals are going to be left behind. We're going to take the dynamite. Alright, so now we have a 3rd oxygen tank, which for the Terran planet, 2 oxygen tanks will pretty much cover it. And we can always research filters if we need to. I'm not going to waste the bytes on that yet, but we'll talk about it if and when the time comes. For now, let's just take our research back. And we now have lithium, so now we can make more lithium for making big batteries. Now, big batteries take a lot of research, but they help you weather the nighttime where you don't have the easy energy from your solar panels. Again, though, I'm not a big fan of the grinding out a bunch of soil to make as many batteries as I can. There are planets that have better lithium deposits, and I generally like to get off the Terran planet as fast as possible. And that's not because of anything super negative, but really just I've seen and done the Terran planet so much. I've spent a lot of time here, but a lot of the fun I find is in going elsewhere in the solar system, and of course now all of our things are used up. Okay, well, we can extend this one, because I think what we're going to do is the vehicle bay here. So we'll go ahead and use up that resin. Then we have aluminum, which we're going to need for a vehicle bay. Okay, so let's research the vehicle bay. All right, and that's going to take 2 aluminum. So let's grab another aluminum. Oh, I'm kind of a derp. We need more resin. We could go looking for some, or we could just make a ton. Again, this compound acts really weird on this thing for some reason. I'm not sure why or what those 2 clips up front are for. Do I want to do this with my soil? Yeah, let's just make some resin. We'll extend our base out some more. We're also going to need, let's see, the shuttle itself 3,600 bytes, and a single seat is 2,800. So we've got a little bit of research to go. But I do like to rush off of the Terran planet, so that's what we'll be doing. Let's go ahead and we'll put our vehicle bay right here. Very good. And no power, that's fine. You'll have it soon enough when the sun comes up. We have another little battery here, which I'll put down, and we'll move this little battery over here so these have priority. The little batteries don't have anything in the way of power, though. They're really just a band-aid to a problem. And then, of course, I don't think we need the third oxygen tank. I generally only run with 2. And we're going to need more research soon. Okay, well, let's run out this way. I'm sure we can find some research on these treetops. But also, now that we have 2 oxygen tanks, I'd like to push out a little farther than I have in the past. And see if... Oh, there's some resin over there I could have used. See if we're able to find some wreckage. Maybe a crashed satellite of some kind. That would be really great. Oh, here's some interesting looking research. Oh yeah, look at that. We might have to do the rover before we do the shuttle. Just to keep everything going. We could build a third research station and make some more solar panels. In fact, I think that's what we'll do. It just means we're going to have more to keep up with and even more downtime at night. But during the day, we should be able to get even more research done. But keeping 3 research stations, it's not a simple decision, because keeping 3 research stations stockpiled with research can get tricky. It can get a little taxing. How much is the rover? No, the rover is like 2,400, and then the open 1 seat. So we need 3,000 to start traveling with the rover. Oh, we're getting some wind action. Just a little tiny bit. Just a little bit. What we need is an ability to bring lots of research back at once. So I do think we're going to have to go for the rover before the shuttle, because I am going to make a third research chamber. I don't normally make a third on the Terran planet, but I'm trying to challenge myself a little bit. 1,100 bytes in this research. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. They seem to be fighting over who's going to get the power. But the sun's going to come up soon, so a lot of that won't matter. And then I think we'll have enough power for everything, because what, we have 3 solar panels? I don't think that's going to be enough power for everything, actually. Here, let's grab a little bit of this organic. Although I think the sun just came up, so we probably don't need it. Yep, sun's up. So we've got full speed research here, half speed there, and half speed there. We do need another solar panel, so let's go ahead and print one of those. We'll just take these 2 here. And now we have a 4th solar panel, but as you can see, part of the challenge, like I mentioned, is keeping the research in the research centers, because now we're just down to 2. And all of this is covering up my area that I want to work with. Here, let's take some of this dynamite. No, we don't need dynamite. We don't really need dynamite at all. We're just going to put it over here and forget about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. So now we need more research even. Let's go down here and see if we can find another one in the cave that's close by, hopefully. We'll look for some more of those plants that we can pop open. They seem to be pretty good about giving us research. Double oxygen tanks, you can really get yourself into trouble if you wander so far away from your tethers that you forget where you're at. So always be cognizant of big forks in the road with lots of different options. So make sure that you somehow remember where you came from. Oh, we've got poison plants here. Stay away from the poison gas, please. Thank you. Oh, we've got a red one of these. Yeah, you know what? Let's bring this back. We might have to go for the rover before the shuttle, just so that we can keep carrying the research back. The more I think about it, the more that I think that's what we're going to have to do. Because then you can get a little conga line of rovers together and carry multiple bits of research back at a time. Otherwise, it's just drag and drop like this and carry it back. Which is fine when you're just trying to keep one research station or even two going, but once you pass the mark of 2 research stations, it can become a full-time job just trying to keep them busy. Unless, of course, you find the illustrious satellite wreckage research. That stuff is really good. Pretty much the best in the game. Alright, let's see. 2,000 bytes over 22 minutes. So this one is a lot of data, but over a slow trickle. 444 bytes a minute, though. That's really good. That's really good. So we're going to absolutely use that to make a rover, because now we're getting a lot of data in. 2,400 bytes we're about to be at. And we should have all the aluminum we need. There we go. Okay, great. Oh no, the medium rover is compound. What am I thinking? Well, let's get some compound going then. Do I want to make compound here? Or should I go and try to find some? Let's see if we can find a compound deposit on the surface. Just to save all of our processing. Oh, that's resin. And more resin beyond it. Okay, double resin. That's good to know. We'll remember that for next time. Could go up into the mountains. Let's do that. Let's take a peek at what these mountains are like up here. A lot of organic. No real caves or anything over here. It would be neat to build a base in the mountains. That would be pretty cool. But I generally don't stay on the Terran planet that long. Now, being that there really is no end game yet, Astroneer is a game that is very rich in the early game and very rich even in the mid game, but the end game, it sort of falls flat. But one of the things that affords you is the ability to go anywhere you want. So you can effectively have a favorite planet that you like and go there without feeling like you're missing out on anything, because they're all kind of the same. Oh, look at this. This is the Tundra planet. That's by and large my favorite planet. It only comes on close approach to Terran once in a small window. So when you see it in the sky, you have to launch your shuttle to it right then and there, but also you have to know that you won't be able to come back anytime you want. If you take a small shuttle to the Tundra planet... Oh, and there's the arid planet. We're on close approach with a few planets right now. Yeah, look at that. It actually gets so close to the moon that if you're on the surface of the moon when you get in close approach to the Tundra planet, it looks like the two are going to collide. Yep, and that's what's going to happen here. You have the Tundra planet, which we can barely even see now. It's kind of directly overhead. And it's going to make a close pass to the moon, or close pass by the moon. And it looks like the two are going to collide when that happens while you're on the moon. It's a little freaky, a little bit. All right, first things first, we're going to widen this up a bit. and mostly just get some soil because we're going to have to make some compound because we did not find any compound. Let's see what our mods are like, because we can make mods to speed this process up, but yeah, see, 1600, even the boost is 800. Oh, that's a lot. That is quite a bit. So instead, we'll just fill up our soil here with no mods. Just digging everything up, and we fell into a pit. That's okay. Watch out for falling rocks. And really, you can dig, like if you're having to do this, the best thing is to settle near a mountain and then hollow out the inside of the mountain. You can do it incredibly fast, and oh, there was compound here. Maybe there'll be more. Oh, there's some. But you can hollow out a mountain incredibly fast, especially once you've modified your terrain tool with the boost mod and the wide mod. We're not really there yet. Again, you could rush it if that's your style and that's what you like to do. You could absolutely rush it. What I'm trying to get right now, though, is more of a sustained bytes per minute so that we can hopefully get off this planet soon. I don't want to spend too long on the Terran planet because I would like to go and explore other planets. And of course, no research is happening because it's nighttime. Let's see. These are going to have to be removed. Just throwing stuff on the ground. I don't like to do that at all. So we're going to fix it right after this and not just leave it lying there. Storms can and will toss your stuff all over if you let them. Move that copper there. Alright, so we'll go expand our base a little bit. We're going to need an area to make fuel, so I think we'll do that maybe over there. I think we'll just expand a couple of these for storage and or mostly just storage, just to spend our resin. We can put these energy crystals down and get a little bit of research done. And there we go. Okay, our inventory is cleared. The mess is cleaned up. So let's go ahead and we're going to print some compound. And we're going to research, let's see, what's the next thing we need to research is the open 1C. There you go. Wonderful. And then we're going to have to find more compound or make more compound. Alright, backpack is full. Compound, compound, medium rover. Excellent. A little sad. I mean, it took us a little bit. I wasn't sure what to spend the research on. We'll get research a little faster. Now that we've got 3 research stations up. Their solar panels are kicking online. There we go. Very good. But it's almost not enough power to charge that, so let's... Well, that's our extra organic. We don't want to spend that. And we're getting some power from the wind turbine. And this has got to charge this vehicle first. There we go. Open 1C. Wonderful. Then what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this and pull forward a little bit. Yep, about like that. And we're going to make another medium rover. One more for good measure. Oh, and that sound means that research is done. And we'll put our 2 compound here. So we have inactive research currently. I feel like there was some compound over in this direction. Let's see if we can get some more compound without making more at the mineral extractor. You can use a mineral extractor for all of your resources. Here we go. But again, it takes time. It takes energy. Ooh, it's a lot of compound. This is good. Let's get as much as we can hold. Which I think is 6. Yep, and one more. That's the other thing to think about as far as putting mods on your terrain tool is each spot that you can put mods on your terrain tool is also a spot where you can hold on to storage for extra materials once your backpack is full. Again, I understand the value of mods. I've used them quite extensively in other games. I don't want this to become a mineral extractor grind, so that's my reasoning. Here, let's put some of this compound down. And then here, nope, off of my tool, and here. Okay, now what you can do is you can untether this one and tether this one. Like that. Ahaha, see, look at that. And now what we'll do is we'll take ourselves a small generator right off of here. And we're going to put that on the front. And then we're going to grab ourselves this small solar panel. We're going to put that on the back. And in that way, we will always be good with power. So let us go ahead and drive away. Perfect. And there we go. We have now the ability to bring back 3 research at a time and explore much further than we have in the past. But that's going to have to be next episode. So this has been Astroneer episode 4. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. So come back next time as we take our rovers across the Terran planet looking for some wrecked satellites and satellite research. But until next time, take care.